Hello everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to this presentation titled Guarding Against Deception, Mastering Social Engineering Defense. As IT and information system security professional, I have spent more than 30 years in the field of cybersecurity and information technology, where I have witnessed firsthand the evolving landscape of digital threats, particularly in the realm of social engineering. In today's digital age, where information is as valuable as currency, the art of deception has found its place not just in the alleys of the physical world, but also in the vast, interconnected networks of our online communities. Social engineering, a term that many of you might have come across, is at the forefront of this deceptive practice, manipulating human psychology to breach confidential spaces. Throughout this presentation, we will delve into the intricate world of social engineering, understanding its mechanics, recognizing its various forms, and, most importantly, arming ourselves with the knowledge and strategies to defend against it. The aim is not just to impart information, but to foster a mindset of vigilance and preparedness, turning each one of us into a sentinel in our own right in the fight against these deceptive tactics. Thank you for joining me on this journey of learning and empowerment. Let's begin by understanding what social engineering truly is and why it is a critical concern in both our professional and personal lives. As we embark on this journey to understand and defend against social engineering, let's start by defining what it exactly is. Social engineering is a sophisticated and often deceptive practice of manipulating individuals into divulging confidential or personal information that may be used for fraudulent purposes. Unlike traditional hacking, which involves breaking into a computer system, social engineering exploits the most vulnerable aspect of security, the human element. Why is social engineering so effective? The answer lies in its exploitation of basic human behaviors: trust, curiosity, fear, and the inclination to be helpful. These traits, which make us human, also make us vulnerable to manipulation. Social engineers skillfully use these inherent traits against us, making their deception particularly effective and dangerous. Understanding the objectives of social engineers is crucial. Their goals often include stealing sensitive information like passwords and bank details, gaining unauthorized access to systems or facilities, and even identity theft or financial fraud. In more sophisticated attacks, the aim might be to install malware on a target's computer, giving the attacker long-term access to the victim's data and network. Today, as we proceed further into the digital era, where our personal and professional lives are increasingly online, the significance of understanding and guarding against these tactics becomes paramount. Each piece of information we share, whether in casual conversation, over email, or on social media, can potentially be a puzzle piece for a social engineer. So, as we delve deeper into this topic, I encourage you to think about your daily interactions, both digital and physical, and consider how awareness can be your first line of defense against these deceptive tactics. In this slide, we'll explore the various guises under which social engineering attacks present themselves. Understanding these types is crucial for identifying and preventing potential breaches. First, we have phishing, perhaps the most widely recognized form of social engineering. These are fraudulent emails that mimic legitimate sources, aiming to steal sensitive information like login credentials. But phishing isn't just limited to emails. It extends to vishing or voice phishing, where fraudsters use phone calls, and smishing, employing text messages, both designed to trick you into revealing personal details. Next is pretexting. Here, the attacker fabricates a scenario to gain your trust and extract confidential information. They might pose as bank officials, police, or any authority figure where trust is implicitly granted and personal information is readily disclosed. Then there's baiting. It's akin to phishing, but involves the promise of an item or good, like a free software download, which, when pursued, leads to malware installation or data compromise. We also need to be wary of tailgating or piggybacking. These terms refer to unauthorized individuals gaining physical access to restricted areas by following someone with authorized access. It's a reminder that not all social engineering attacks are digital. Finally, there are quizzes and social media scams. These seem innocuous but are often traps set to harvest personal data. From fun quizzes to exclusive offers, these scams cleverly mask their true intent to gather information that could be used in more targeted attacks. Understanding these types of attacks underscores the diversity and creativity of social engineers. As we move forward, keep these types in mind, as they represent the tactics that we must vigilantly defend against in our daily personal and professional interactions. Understanding the psychology behind social engineering is key to recognizing and countering these attacks. Let's delve into the principles of influence and emotional manipulation tactics that are commonly employed by social engineers. First, the principles of influence, developed by psychologist Robert Cialdini, play a pivotal role in social engineering. These principles are often leveraged to exploit natural human tendencies. Reciprocity. We often feel compelled to return favors. In social engineering, small favors or gifts are used as bait for extracting much more significant information. Commitment and consistency. Once we commit to something, we're more likely to go through with it. Attackers exploit this by first asking for small commitments, then gradually escalating their demands. Social proof. We look to others to determine our behavior. Social engineers create scenarios where harmful actions seem normal or widespread. Authority. Our innate respect for authority can be manipulated. Attackers often pose as figures of authority to extract information or enforce actions. Liking. We're easily influenced by people we like. Social engineers may charm their way into gaining trust and information. Scarcity. The perception of scarcity can create urgency. Attackers often use this to rush victims into making unwise decisions. Besides these principles, emotional manipulation is a common tactic. Fear. Instilling a sense of urgency or danger, attackers push victims into making hasty, ill-advised decisions. Guilt. By inducing guilt, attackers can compel victims to divulge information or aid in unauthorized activities. Curiosity. By arousing curiosity, attackers lure victims into exploring malicious links or sharing confidential data. Greed. The promise of financial gain is a classic lure used to manipulate actions. Sympathy. Attackers may feign hardship to exploit the natural human desire to help. Understanding these psychological tactics is crucial. It's not just about being aware, but also about training ourselves to pause and think critically in situations where our natural instincts might make us vulnerable. As we move forward, keep these principles in mind. They are the tools that social engineers use to weave their deceptive web, and by understanding them, we can better defend against these manipulative tactics. As we continue our exploration into the world of social engineering, it becomes imperative to recognize the tactics used by attackers. Awareness is our first line of defense. Let's discuss the red flags and warning signs, as well as some common scenarios where these tactics are employed. Firstly, be on high alert for unsolicited contact. This could be an unexpected email, call, or message, particularly those that request sensitive information. Such unsolicited contacts are often the starting point of a social engineering attack. Next, be wary of any communication that creates a sense of urgency or pressure. This is a classic tactic used to rush you into making decisions without the time to consider potential security risks. If someone is urging you to act quickly, especially in bypassing normal procedures or sharing sensitive information, it's a significant red flag. Another warning sign is any request for confidential information like passwords or bank details. Legitimate organizations typically do not ask for this information through insecure channels like email or phone calls. Pay attention to mismatched email addresses and URLs. If there's a discrepancy between the name and the email address, or if the URL doesn't match the expected domain, it could indicate a phishing attempt. Be skeptical of too good to be true offers. Offers that seem overly beneficial or enticing are often bait used in scams to lure victims into revealing personal information or downloading malware. Finally, inconsistencies in stories or details can be a sign of pretexting. If the story doesn't add up, it's likely a fabricated scenario designed to deceive. Now, let's look at some common scenarios. Email phishing might involve an email from a bank asking you to confirm your login details. In phone phishing, someone might claim to be from tech support, urging you to install a software for fixing your computer. Text message smishing often involves messages about winning a contest and requesting personal information to claim the prize. Pretexting might come in the form of a survey call asking for confidential company information. Baiting with USB drives involves leaving a device labeled confidential in hopes someone will use it, inadvertently installing malware. And tailgating into secure areas can occur when someone asks you to hold a door open to a secure area, claiming they've forgotten their access card. In combating social engineering, both individual vigilance and organizational protocols play pivotal roles. Let's discuss how we can fortify our defenses at both these levels. Starting with individual-level defense strategies, the first and foremost is awareness. It's essential to be aware of the latest tactics used by social engineers. This means staying informed and always thinking critically about requests for personal or sensitive information. Next is the principle of verification. Never take a request for sensitive information at face value. Always verify the identity of the person making the request. This can be as simple as making a callback to a known number or starting a separate email thread. rather than replying to an unexpected request. Moving to secure communication, it's crucial to use encrypted channels when sharing sensitive information. Be extra cautious on public Wi-Fi networks and always check for HTTPS in the website URL before entering any data to ensure a secure connection. On the organizational level, the first line of defense is the implementation of robust policies. These policies should clearly outline procedures for handling sensitive information, data security measures, and protocols for reporting any suspected security breaches. Training is another critical strategy. Regular training sessions should be conducted for all employees. These sessions should cover how to recognize and respond to various social engineering tactics, including practical simulations and role-playing exercises. Keeping the workforce updated on the latest threats and defense strategies is key. Lastly, access controls are vital. Stringent controls should be in place for both physical and digital access to sensitive areas and information. This includes measures like badge entry systems for physical locations and two-factor authentication and strong password policies for digital resources. By integrating these individual and organizational strategies, we create a comprehensive defense system against social engineering. It's not just about technology. It's about cultivating a culture of security awareness and preparedness, where every individual acts as a vigilant guardian of their own and their organization's information. In the realm of cybersecurity, maintaining robust digital hygiene is as essential as personal hygiene in our daily lives. Let's delve into why it's crucial and explore some best practices to uphold it. Digital hygiene, the practices we undertake to keep our digital presence secure, is vital for several reasons. Firstly, it protects personal information. In an age where data breaches are increasingly common, regular digital maintenance is crucial in safeguarding sensitive data. Secondly, it helps prevent identity theft and fraud. By managing your digital footprint effectively, you reduce the risk of your personal information being misused. Lastly, it enhances overall online security, creating a safer digital experience and protecting against various cyber threats. Now, let's talk about the best practices in digital hygiene. Password management is foundational. This involves using strong, complex passwords for each of your accounts. A mix of letters, numbers, and special characters is ideal. It's also important to change your passwords regularly to prevent unauthorized access. And considering the number of online accounts we all have, using a password manager can be a game changer. It securely stores and manages your various passwords, so you don't have to remember each one. Updating software is another critical practice. Regular updates to all software, including your antivirus and operating systems, are essential. These updates often include patches for security vulnerabilities. Enabling auto-updates ensures that you're always operating the most secure version of your software and apps. Lastly, secure network practices are crucial. Whenever possible, avoid using public Wi-Fi for conducting sensitive transactions. If you must, using a VPN, virtual private network, adds an extra layer of security. Enabling firewalls helps protect your network from unauthorized access and malicious traffic. And always be cautious with your downloads. Stick to reputable sources to avoid malware. By integrating these practices into your daily digital routine, you not only protect your personal information but contribute to a more secure digital environment for everyone. Remember, in the digital world, your safety is as strong as your weakest link. Regular upkeep of your digital hygiene is not just a recommendation, it's a necessity. Confronting a social engineering attempt can be unsettling, but knowing how to respond effectively is crucial for minimizing potential damage. Let's discuss the steps to take, the importance of reporting these incidents, and the strategies for response and recovery. Firstly, if you suspect a social engineering attempt, do not respond or engage. This means not clicking on any links, not downloading attachments, and refraining from providing any information. By not engaging, you reduce the risk of inadvertently compromising your data. If the request appears legitimate but raises suspicions, take the initiative to verify it independently. This could mean calling the company or individual directly using a phone number you know to be genuine, not the one provided in the suspicious communication. It's also important to document the incident. Note details such as the sender's email address, phone number, the exact time of contact, and the nature of the request. This information can be crucial for subsequent investigations. Now, onto the importance of reporting incidents. Timely reporting can prevent further attacks, not just on you but on others as well. It provides critical information that can be used to update security protocols and training. Additionally, in many cases, reporting cyber incidents is a legal requirement, especially in professional settings. As for response and recovery strategies, immediate action is vital. If a device is compromised, isolate it immediately to prevent the spread of potential malware. Change any compromised credentials as soon as possible. It's also important to notify relevant parties, which includes IT security teams, management, and potentially law enforcement. Post-incident, conduct a thorough analysis to understand how the breach occurred and what can be done to prevent similar incidents in the future. This should lead to an update in security policies and employee training programs, incorporating the insights gained from the incident. Remember, the way we respond to and report these incidents not only helps in immediate damage control, but also strengthens our overall security posture, making us more resilient against future threats. Creating a robust security infrastructure goes beyond just implementing technologies and protocols. It involves cultivating a culture of security within the organization. Let's delve into how we can achieve this. Firstly, promoting security awareness is fundamental. This isn't a one-time event, but a continuous process. Regular awareness campaigns, be it through newsletters, posters, or quick security tips, help keep security at the forefront of everyone's mind. Equally important is visible leadership commitment. When leaders actively promote and engage in security awareness, it sets a tone from the top, emphasizing the importance of security to every team member. Integrating security into our daily conversations and operations makes it a living, breathing part of our organizational culture. Next is the aspect of encouraging open communication and reporting. It's vital to create a safe environment where employees feel comfortable reporting security incidents without fear of retribution. This includes establishing clear, accessible channels for reporting potential security threats. Moreover, recognizing and rewarding proactive security behaviors and reporting can foster a culture of ongoing vigilance and responsibility. Lastly, we must focus on regular training and updates. The landscape of cyber threats is continuously evolving, and so should our knowledge and skills. Ongoing training programs ensure that employees stay updated on the latest threats and best practices. Interactive learning methods, such as simulations, workshops, and gamification, can make these training sessions more engaging and effective. And it's crucial for these programs to undergo continuous improvement, reflecting the dynamic nature of security threats and adapting to new industry best practices. By promoting awareness, encouraging communication, and ensuring regular training, we can build a culture where security is deeply ingrained in every aspect of our organization. This collective vigilance is our strongest defense against the ever-evolving threats in the digital world. As we draw our discussion to a close, let's revisit the key insights from our journey through the complex world of social engineering defense. We started by understanding social engineering, recognizing it as a sophisticated method of manipulation that leverages human psychology. We then explored the various types of social engineering attacks, from phishing and pretexting to baiting, tailgating, and social media scams, understanding their mechanisms and how they exploit our natural tendencies. The psychology behind social engineering was our next focus, where we delved into the principles of influence and emotional manipulation tactics, unraveling the subtle yet powerful ways in which social engineers operate. Recognizing these tactics led us to discuss strategies for defense. We emphasized the importance of both individual and organizational strategies, including awareness, verification, secure communication, and implementing robust policies, training, and access controls. We also underscored the significance of maintaining digital hygiene and best practices, such as effective password management, regular software updates, and secure network practices, which are fundamental in safeguarding our digital footprint. In dealing with potential threats, the steps for reporting and responding to incidents were highlighted, emphasizing the critical nature of immediate action, reporting, and post-incident analysis. Finally, we discussed the importance of building a culture of security within organizations, a culture that promotes security awareness, encourages open communication, and commits to regular training and updates. As we conclude, the overarching message is the need for a proactive defense and continuous vigilance. Cybersecurity is a dynamic field, with threats evolving every day. Adopting a proactive mindset, remaining ever vigilant, and embracing a culture of collective responsibility and continuous learning are paramount. Each one of us plays a crucial role in this endeavor. It's not just about protecting data, it's about safeguarding our way of life in the digital age. Thank you for your attention and commitment to strengthening our defenses against social engineering. Let's carry forward these insights and practices into our daily lives, both professionally and personally, to build a more secure and resilient digital world.